Hello everyone, welcome to the final night of Vlognukkah. We've done it, we've made 8 videos, mostly like New Year's things, but let's go, here we are. And in this video, I'm just gonna wrap up some of the things I spoke about in the past few videos, and also just take a moment to acknowledge how this Chanukkah started and sort of where we're at. But to begin with, I wanted to talk about Spotify Wrapped because I had some more thoughts after filming the video. And also when I was then listening to music again, just over the next few days and weeks. And there's just some things that don't add up to me. Now, first of all, obviously because Gayatri wasn't included, it must have skewed all the other data, which is, you know, a shame. I also get the feeling that none of the Dutch music I listened to was on there, and that's odd to me because not all of it, most of it is kids, but not all of it is kids' music. Unless it's counted as kids' music. But yeah, there were some Dutch musicals on there. 40-45, I probably would have expected to be in my top something, and I don't think it was. And then I was also really surprised that Benjamin Button didn't sort of show more, and The Little Big Things. I listened to The Little Big Things so much, and then why was Hamilton so high? Like, that still doesn't make sense to me. I just have a lot of questions about a lot of it, and I know that they say it's our data, but I don't know, it doesn't add up to me. Also, as I was watching back the video where I was talking about Jeremy Jordan and being like, why is he one of my top artists? I forgot that he was also in Gatsby, so just putting that right. But yeah, just a couple of things that didn't quite add up for me in my Spotify Wrapped. Anyway, moving on, I want to also show you the bullet journal new front cover that I've made, because as you may have been able to tell from that video, I was quite disappointed with how it turned out, and I did just draw something on a A5 piece of paper and laminate it, and it was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest, but it was like one of the first things I saw and it was easy to do, and I had some fun pens at work, so I used those. And listen, I'm still not thrilled, but it's better than it was. I think I don't like the white. I think if this was like black paper or something, that would be nicer, but the white just feels too white. But I mean, it's fine. It does the job, it's fine. Also, while we're here, let me just show you what I've ended up doing for my resolutions page. Not all of the resolutions could be like checked off, they were just things that I wanted, but if there were things that had a task, so to speak, then I made checkboxes for them and I can just tick them off in the year. So those are the fun bits of today's video. And now let's take a moment to talk about how Chanukkah started. Now, as of when I'm filming this, it's day 3 of Chanukkah, or night 3, and I'm hoping only good news from here on in, but I did also vlog a lot of Sunday. I vlogged in the morning when I first heard the news, and then sort of periodically throughout the day. So that will be coming out sort of, I think, February time, maybe even March. And, you know, you'll get my like immediate thoughts then and there. But I don't even know where to begin. I think my initial reaction was literally just a loss of words. In case you're blind to the world, I'm talking about the Sydney terror attack that happened at a Jewish Chanukkah festival, where I think at the moment the number is 16 people were killed and countless more wounded, and just unthinkable. And obviously I was very upset, but one of my first emotions was anger. I don't know if this is like a two-way thing or if I've just been quite sheltered my whole life. So either I've been sheltered my whole life until I sort of moved away from home and lived in Ireland and then here now, the world, or if the world has got worse, or both, which is very possible. But I feel like as I was growing up, I didn't experience any anti-Semitism. I had an indication of like being careful with, I guess, the language I used and like revealing that I was Jewish. And I definitely did feel when I started drama school that I almost had to come out as Jewish, and I wasn't prepared to do that on day 1. But I don't think I ever fully knew or realized just how bad it was. And it baffles me. I don't understand any form of like racism or sexism or anything. This has always been something that I literally cannot wrap my head around. And anti-Semitism just falls right in with that. Why are you attacking a people just for their existence? And my friend, I've been speaking obviously to a lot of friends recently, and one of my friends, thankfully, do you know what? I'm so grateful that I can speak to my friends, because I know many, many Jewish friends who don't feel they can speak to their non-Jewish friends at the moment. But thankfully, I'm surrounded by people who have open minds and open hearts. But I was speaking to one particular friend over the course of the last few days, and one thing she said to me, I think it was either last night or this morning, really stuck with me, and I was like, I can't believe, like, this is so true. And what she said is, We are a people, like Judaism is famously difficult to convert into. We are not out here pushing for people to join us. Generally, like mostly Judaism just goes through the mother's line, ancestry, and then if you're trying to convert, it is a very, very difficult process. So literally, all we're doing is just trying to celebrate, you know, our holidays, our religion, just, you know, us. You don't need to get involved. You don't need, like, even when it comes to things like Christmas or Easter or whatever, I do sometimes feel like, oh, well, why aren't they mentioning Chanukkah or Pesach? You know, I notice that we're not being noticed. But I'm not going to make a big fuss about it. I'm never going to make a big fuss about it. And if someone says Merry Christmas to me, I'll say Merry Christmas back. So it's not like we're out here making a huge fuss. And yet, for whatever reason, people just hate us. And I grew up with stories of the Holocaust, of the Second World War. I'm Dutch. My grandparents went through this. They lived through it. And we were taught about this from such a young age. And I remember thinking, all my life, well, that couldn't possibly happen now. And admittedly, it's not that bad, as it was during the Second World War, but it's creeping up there. This, like, anti-Jew sentiment is in the air. And it just genuinely, it baffles me. I don't understand. And I know that there's been a lot of conflating Jews with the Israeli government, and that is a big problem in and of itself. But even then, I still don't think we should be going around killing people. Like, I'm sorry. Is that a radical thought? I don't know. Like, even if it was the most pro-Israel rally or whatever, we still shouldn't be killing them, right? I don't know, that's my opinion. Not even pro-Israel. But if it was a like, war in Gaza, killing Palestinians, blah, 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 even then, I would say we don't go around shooting people. But the fact that that's not what it was a Chanukkah event. It was just a celebration of our religion. And it makes me very angry, as you can tell. I'm very upset. And also makes me want to fight and stand up taller and be proud. Even though, you know, what they're trying to do is encourage us to go into hiding and not celebrate. I refuse to do that. I'm not going to make this video too long and hopefully not too political, but I do just want to give my thoughts and acknowledge it because all the other videos were pre-scheduled and so I wouldn't have spoken about it. But as you can tell, I have some very strong thoughts and I want people to know that it's not okay and that you can speak up. You don't have to be pro-Israeli government to just say this is anti-Semitic and I'm so sorry for the Jewish community. And if you're nervous about the reaction that saying that's gonna have, just think twice, I think. Someone posted on Twitter that Troye Sivan had posted something on Instagram, and some of those Twitter comments were, like, genuinely blew my mind. Because Troye Sivan's comment was also very, like, neutral, I would say, just saying, I'm so sorry for this community, my community. And these people are like, oh, he's a loser, he sucks, worse language than this, I'm just making it family friendly. And so I can see why you might be nervous about speaking out or, you know, just like offering your condolences, but you still should. And maybe you should reevaluate the people who are in your acquaintanceship, shall we say. I don't know, just a sorry will do. Just an I'm so sorry for you, this shouldn't be happening. But I am gonna leave it there. I'm sorry that this last video isn't particularly jolly. I would have liked it to be a happier story, but unfortunately that's just not the way of the world right now. But there are some good stories coming out of Sydney, really beautiful stories, and beautiful videos of people protecting each other. And, you know, Ahmed who jumped onto the man with the gun. There's some beautiful, I guess, community and heroship, bravery, courage, whatever the words you want to use. So I guess let's hold on to that. And you know what? There are some really beautiful posts from people you might not expect it. Or, you know, we might not expect. So hold on to that. Have an open heart, and just spread kindness and light. Happy Chanukkah.